All right, today we're going to do something really cool. We're going to take that Wi-Fi router that's probably just sitting there blinking in your living room and turn it into a powerful personal data safe. Yep, we're creating your own secure network storage, and I'll walk you through it step by step. But first, think about this. Where are all your important files right now? You've probably got photos on your phone, work documents on your laptop, maybe some old projects on a desktop somewhere. It's kind of a digital mess, right? And what happens if one of those devices just dies? That data could be gone for good. There's got to be a better way. And there is. And the best part is, the solution is probably already in your home. We're going to use your router to build a central hub for every single one of your files. Think of it like a personal data safe where you are in complete control, not some cloud service that can get hacked. It's accessible from any device on your network, and it's totally private. So, what do you actually need to pull this off? Well, you'll be surprised. The list is actually pretty short and simple. Okay, here's the shopping list. First up, you need a router with a USB port. That's going to be the brain of our little operation. Next, 2 identical hard drives. And the identical part is really important. We'll get to why in just a second. You'll also need a dual drive enclosure that supports something called RAID. That's the magic that's going to protect our data. And of course, a USB cable and a computer for a quick one-time setup. Now, here's a really crucial pro tip from our source material. While pretty much any USB port will work, if you can, use a router that has a USB 3.0 port. Trust me, it's going to make your file transfer speeds way, way faster. We're talking the difference between waiting a few seconds versus, several minutes for big files. Okay, so we've got all our hardware. Now for the most important part, building a system that automatically and constantly protects your files. You can think of this next step like hiring a full-time digital bodyguard for all your data. And that bodyguard's name is RAID 1, also known as mirroring. It's a really simple but brilliant idea. Anything you save to the first drive gets instantly and automatically copied or mirrored onto that second drive. It's a perfect clone. So if one of those drives ever fails, and believe me, they all fail eventually, no problem. Your data is perfectly safe on the other one. Now, this is the one trade-off you need to understand. If you have 2 1-terabyte drives, you might think you have 2 terabytes of storage, but in a RAID 1 setup, you only get 1 terabyte of usable space. So why? Because that other terabyte is being used as your live, real-time backup. So you're basically trading half your total capacity for some serious peace of mind. Okay, let's get our hands dirty. The drive enclosure you bought will have these tiny little switches on it to set the mode. You'll definitely want to read the manual for your specific model, but it's usually super simple, like flipping a switch to RAID 1 or a specific on position. After that, you just slide in your 2 hard drives, secure them, and pop the case back on. Seriously, that's it. Now, before we plug this into the router, there's one really important step we have to do on a computer first. See, routers aren't really designed to format drives from scratch, so we need to get our new mirrored drive all prepped and ready for it. So just connect the enclosure to your computer and turn it on. Then open up a tool called Disk Management. And here's where you see the RAID 1 magic in action. Your computer won't see 2 separate drives. It's just going to see one single disk. All you need to do is format it, maybe give it a cool name like NAS, and then you can safely disconnect it. All right, the hardware is built, the drives are formatted. This is the moment we've been waiting for. It's time to connect everything to the router and bring our personal data safe online. This part's easy. Just plug the enclosure's USB cable right into the back of your router. Then hop on a computer that's on your Wi-Fi, open up a web browser, and type in your router's IP address. It's usually something like 192.168.0.1. Dig around for the USB settings, and you should see your new drive just pop right up. If not, just hit refresh. Awesome. The router can see the drive. But we don't want just anybody on the network snooping around in our private files. So the next step is all about locking this thing down. So dive back into those router settings and find an option that says something like Secure Sharing. Go ahead and enable that. This lets you set up a password. And listen, this is so important. Do not keep the default password. Change it immediately to something strong, something you'll remember, but that nobody else would guess. Then just hit save. And the source material puts it perfectly with this really simple, practical advice. It just says, the default password is hard to remember, so I changed it. It's not just about security, it's also about making it easy for you to use. Such a simple step, but it makes all the difference. And that's it. The setup is complete. Your files now have a secure, centralized home that's being backed up automatically. So the big question is, how do you actually get to them from your computer? Well, from any Windows computer on your home network, you can just open the Run window and type 2 backslashes, followed by your router's IP address. Even better, you can map it as a network drive, so it shows up in your file explorer just like your main C drive. It's super convenient. The very first time you connect, it's going to pop up and ask for your credentials. You just enter the username, which is usually admin, and that strong new password you just created a minute ago. And just like that, you're in. That's it. Congratulations, you have successfully built your own personal network server. All of your files, all in one place, automatically backed up, and totally secure. That is a huge win for your digital life. So by unlocking this one simple feature, you've made your entire home network so much more powerful. It kind of makes you wonder, right? What other amazing things can you do with the hardware you already own? What's next for your setup?